trying to endorse loud, crackly, box, flogged, cheap, rubbish exhausts. These short, stupid things. I'm talking quality performance exhaust systems, which not only sound awesome, but allow more heat to escape from the engine than your standard labyrinth heavy metal systems do. In my experience, running a performance exhaust is safer because vehicle drivers can hear you coming before they can even see you coming. The maximum noise level for a stationary engine is 94 decibels. Most quality exhaust systems will meet that limit with no load on the engine. So when you're actually on the pipe, off-road, nearby animals or people can hear you coming from a distance, so they got more time to get out of your path. Hang around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I know, right? You've been missing the Warhorse, as have I, but she's back. A little violated in the whole Iron Horse project. I had to rob bits and pieces just to keep the project going. I robbed the seat off the Warhorse and I got that big ugly Iron Horse seat that it came with reshaped and recovered, same spec, well, thicker than the seat that was on this bike. The one that was on this bike is a lot more trim, more racier, so that's going on the Iron Horse. This actual Iron Horse seat redone for comfort, and that's kind of the theme for this bike now. It's just to chill out and enjoy the scenery a bit more, you know, just grow old with it and enjoy more standard adventure. See how the other half live. The other thing I robbed was this connector for the Acro. Akrapovic sent me another muffler for the Iron Horse, as they did all the connector pieces, but I didn't have time to get that welded up. So obviously I've got to get all these stainless components TIG welded. So I'm gonna go see the boys at RJ Metals on Friday. But look at this, this is how onto it they are. I just measured up before. It's literally a matter of rotating the two elbows until you get parallel match. I reckon I'm pretty close there. And then the mounting of the exhaust can make up for the difference, but that's pretty bloody good. I'll get a text up. Alright, so I want that one and that one. Look at the Acro flow. Awesome. Got to go back to the original exhaust to get this leg of the journey done. Pumped to be back on the Warhorse. Geez, she's whisper quiet with this standard exhaust. Cannot hear the motor at all at this pace. It'd be good to get the Acro back on. But it's not so much that you hear it, well you do, but you more feel the percussion. You know exactly what the motor's doing. Here we are. Just punched out a quick 250 k's for the morning. I don't think Chewy's even here yet. Hit the road. Yeah, no, thanks again, Terry. Nailed it. Until the next project. I got 50 World Raid GPS brackets in there. Geez, I hate coming to the city, honestly. This is daily life. Daily. Look at all these trucks. One major positive about the Acro is everyone can hear you coming. It's running so good. You know, a sweet motor that as it ascends towards its torque curve, the harmonics just balance out and you barely even feel any reciprocating pistons. It's just like thrust, like you're sitting on top of a jet. What do we got here?
somebody with a fresh Honda. Look at old mate, pumped for the weekend.
It's funny, you know, motorcycles are a bit like our ladies. You miss one and the best way to get over her is behind the bars of another. I just watched back the last Iron Horse video, putting it in the crate, shipping it overseas, and it's like, my God, I was so intense with that bike for a couple of months and consumed everything, just getting it built, the performance of it, the way it looked, just the hype of it all, and then boom, gone. It was good in a way that it was gone, because I got to focus back on the original love. But now that wheels are back in motion with this thing, looking back on that Iron Horse, it's like, far out, I can't wait to ride that bike again. Anyway, here we are. She's got the acro back on, and look, I know how this looks. It probably looks like one big crow advertisement, but it doesn't matter what performance exhaust you use. The whole point of it is to be heard. Be heard before you can even be seen. And there's a delicate balance there, I know. I'm not talking about unlicensed bikes just bombarding an area and causing problems for everyone, just noise, noise, noise. I'm talking about commuting, traveling on a journey, and being a more formidable presence as you're moving through the landscape, because there are so many threats to motorcyclists. So being heard is probably one of the safest things that you can have on your side. I'm on your side. I'm on the side of motorcyclists. I'm not trying to create some controversial thing against, you know, quieter electric bikes, whatever. I don't care about any of that. I'm just passing on my experience through 30 years of off-road and moving among wild animals, people, traffic, all of it. So anyway, let's go riding. You know, building the Iron Horse with that factory spec KYB suspension has just highlighted how much of an old school legend the Warhorse is. It's just so much lower, the ground clearance. Yep. And now I'm so much more content to just cruise. Oh, you can give her a little bit of a jump here and there, but no. Just take it easy with the old girl. The torque of the horse, she loves it. A little bit tricky bedding in these new Tech 10s, but they feel pretty good otherwise. Yeah, I pretty much spent the last 30 years of my life riding dirt bikes, not just around Australia, but more so in the southwest of Western Australia, this Jarrah country. We've had to share it with kangaroos. I mean, I've had all the dogs and chickens and goats and cows and donkeys and everything all around the world, and in my experience, the earlier they can hear you coming, the better, because what you want them to do is get up and get momentum and get going towards their little escape points. And once they're at full flight, they're a lot more predictable. You can kind of see their trajectory, and then you can work with them. You can see exactly where they're moving to, and it gives you time to slow down. I just love the horse with its low ground clearance and dual sport tyres. I swear the geometry of these things is just untouchable. It handles so good for a low riding, plump 200 kg plus adventure stallion. Okay, look at this kangaroo up here on the right. He heard me coming. He's well on the move, and when they're up and bouncing, they're so easy to spot.
Is he gone now? Oh, he's checked out. There he goes. See? He had plenty of time to do what he needed to do and go the way he knows. Having them on their feet and up, stirring well before you get there, it makes them so much more obvious. Yep, look at those guys down there. They're like 200-300 meters ahead, already on the move. I've already seen them. There they go. And you know, before you freak out about animal welfare and disrupting nature, mate, I'm doing them a favour, because at least I'm getting them prepared for vehicles in the form of farmers and hunters who are coming at them with 303s and pretty much deleting them, leaving them just in the bush with big holes in them, if you know what I mean, you know. So, mate, me with my perfect acro note thumping through the forest is all kind of like a bit of a guardian angel for them. When we can see each other, slow down, dude. That's it. Off you go, up there. So guys, the four-wheel drive forest tracks are one thing, but for me, it's these bigger, more open gravel transit roads where your exhaust is so much more important, because you're sitting between 80 and 120. The speeds are a lot higher, wall to wall with shrub, bushes, and again, here more than ever, you want to give animals the biggest heads up possible, right? And this is what I was talking about with the percussion of a quality exhaust. When you get that deep bass through your chest, you know, you've all heard the water bombers, the rescue choppers. Deep in the distance, you feel them in your chest before you actually hear it or see it, and it gets your awareness up. You go looking for it, and that's kind of what you want the animals to be doing. That ears up, they've got enough time to gauge where it's coming from, and they start moving. Yeah, look, I just saw 3, 4, they're 5. Okay, see, it's given me the heads up to slow down and give these guys a chance. It's alright, mate, go over there. There's all kinds of ways and means to go about your travelling, and for the reasons I've explained, I will always prefer a quality performance exhaust over a standard system, and it's all adding to the safety of the bike. Just the weight of these things, the heat that they release from the motor, the longevity. The majority of the good quality ones, like this Acro, the actual muffler and the carbon bracket, this is the one that I had on for the lap of Australia. It's done 15,000 Ks of pulverized desert gravel roads on song, you know, top gear, just copping the vibrations, copping the desert heat. It's a no-brainer for me, yeah. And I'm not a dickhead on the roads, I just cruise around and rumble through.
Pretty happy with the new Tech 10s. They felt so robotic in the first few Ks, but as soon as we got some heat in there, I just forgot about them. It's great. They're just like my boots now. Done. Awesome. They've actually got... They're actually vented. They're not going to be the best winter edition ones, but for summer, wow. In this temperature, it's like 9 o'clock and it's probably going to get up to 40 degrees today. But again, all my gear's happy days. Ran the airbag again, in case one of those kangaroos made me eat my words. I'm not trying to endorse loud, crackly, shitbox, flogged, cheap, rubbish exhausts. These short, stupid things with, you know, cotton wool in there that just blows out in the first week of riding it. I'm talking perfectly engineered quality exhaust systems that are well packed. They're not that loud, they have a deep bass, they have a nice tone to them, you know, but you can feel them, you can hear them coming. And that's what the point is, to be heard in the right way. You're going to get all the naysayers that just hate bikes and hate noise, and good luck to them, because for every riding area that is shut down, it's just going to get mined anyway. And when you're on a registered bike, you can go anywhere a four-wheel drive can. So play the game, play it properly. Your muffler packing could be the difference between saving your relationship with your neighbour or not triggering some big movement to get dirt bikes, motorcycles in general, banned in areas. And there's a lot to be said for sound triggers, what people affiliate with noise. If you've got some RX-7 with an exhaust like that crackling down a boulevard, and you know, you've got Olaf at the restaurant going, good grief. That's all they hear is that crackling. They affiliate that vehicle with just loud, crackly scum of the earth, right? But then the same scenario, you get, you know, V10 Lambo with a beautiful harmonic deep tone rumble past. They don't, the noise is then associated with something beautiful, you know. Exhaust systems are, when they're done right, are a musical instrument, and there's few companies that know how to make those musical instruments. So when I say create the noise, create that palatable, enjoyable tone. You can't deny it. When there's a good exhaust on a bike, I remember the Australian safari days, hearing those boys just top gear for kilometers away. When you're out there in the middle of nowhere traveling through the bush, you want everything working in your favor. And audible quality exhausts work in your favor. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, so to speak, hit the subscribe button. You've made it to the right place. See you soon.